Hola, hola everyone. Welcome back to the Resin Lab by Alexandra. Today I pulled out some more molds from the Resin Mold Box subscription. So I pulled out the hen, the egg basket, and the hummingbird wall decor. So I'm going to brush on the mica powder onto the hummingbird, and then I'm going to pour these two. So, and then once this is poured, I'm going to paint the eyes and the little, I don't know what that is called. You'll have to help me here. But I'll paint the little details on this and then maybe highlight the basket a little bit. So we'll see how those come out. So let's get started. Okay, so I pulled out 3 colors from my Rolio set. Silver ash for like the beak and probably the bottom feathers. Turquoise and bleu de France. So that's what I'm going to do for the hummingbird. I'm not going to brush these with mica powder, so I'm going to put those aside. And I decided to get some makeup brushes instead of using paint brushes with mica powder to see how much easier it is to maneuver the mica powder with these. So we shall see. And I have them all in my cup that was deformed from a previous episode. So I'm making use of it. All right, so I'm gonna start off with the silver ash on, basically start up here and work my way down. So I'll put you all on a fast forward, and I'm pulling out, this is it's a makeup brush cleaner actually. It will be good to use. I'm going to test it out and see how it works to brush off the powder when I'm interchanging colors. So alrighty then, I'll see you in a few minutes. So I have mixed 600 milliliters of resin. I need about 330 milliliters for the egg basket, 125 for the hen, and 110 for the hummingbird. So I rounded up, I added it all up as 565, so I rounded up to 600 just to make sure that I don't run out. And then if we have extra, then I'll pour a little mini pot or something. Okay, so this is mixed. I'm gonna go ahead and pour. I pulled out the deep black from Rolio to back the hummingbird. And then from the Rolio Pastel collection, I pulled out Nude Peach for the hen and Tuscan Sun for the basket. So those are the colors that I'm working with today. So let's see, this is 110. So we're gonna do 110. Maybe I'll do one. No, I'll do 110 for this. Because if I need more, then I can always throw in another color. Okay, and so then this one is 125, so I'll do 130. Because I don't have the number 5 marked here. And, oops, making a mess. Grab my napkin and clean that up. All right. And the makeup brushes worked just fine. I also forgot to tell you all that I ordered these eyeshadow brush applicators, and that worked on some of the little crevices that I had. So that was really, really cool. Now the cleaner didn't get the color off of the brushes. So I'm gonna have to wash them with some soap and water to get the color off. But it did get like actually I was able to interchange colors with this brush. So it did okay. It bothers me to have the stained brushes, so I'll probably just wash them anyway with some soap and water to get the color out. But it's kind of like your normal eyeshadow, right? When you're well, those of you who wear makeup, who wear eyeshadow, you know, your brushes do get stained if you don't clean them, and sometimes you clean them and they're still stained, but you can interchange it with a different color. So, okay, so what have we got left? I've got 400 left in here, and that's going to be Tuscan Sun, so that's about 70. That's gonna be over. So I'm going to separate. No, I'll leave it. I will leave it. We'll just have something in the color of Tuscan Sun. So actually, let's do that. Let me get a scoop. And I'm gonna do 2 scoops to start. Oh, that's pretty. Gonna spray the sides just to get that mica powder off. There we go. that's a good color. All right, this one is nice and mixed. So I'll set this aside. All right, just setting that aside. And clean my stir stick here. There we go. Okay, so now let's do, I pulled the nude peach. And let me grab another clean scoop. And I think I'll just do one scoop here. All right, oops. And I'll use this stir stick here. Another pretty color, very nice. This is really pretty. I'm just looking at the Tuscan sun. I guess the light was shining through. It looks a little different under the, with the ring light that I have. So yeah. So after these molds, I think I have one more mold in the subscription box. So that'll be on another day. Probably mixed with, actually it depends, let's see. The last mold I have, it's a 400 milliliter mold, so we'll see. We'll see if I do that by itself or with another mold. I have, I think I mentioned to you all, my daughter requested a steering wheel tray, so I will probably record that one and post it a little bit later, just so you guys don't have the same, you know, item. But she wants it very different than how I did it today. She wants it with dried flowers, so all clear with dried flowers and a back coat of gold. So maybe I'll do it in a couple weeks, or I'll, like I said, I'll record it and then post it in a couple weeks. Or I don't know. I don't know, you all. We'll see how long it takes me to get to it. So, all right, let me just spray the sides with alcohol here. Scrape off that mica powder. And okay, that's a good color. All right, so that's off to the side. And last but not least, the black pigment paste for the hummingbird. I really hope that black looks good on the back of this. The blue, the turquoise and the blue, the fronds, looks really pretty in my opinion. I was gonna do like a pink and purple, but then I looked up hummingbirds because I really rarely see, I don't know, I've never paid attention. I'm not a bird person, so I don't really pay attention to the birds too much outside. So I thought, why not take a look at what a real hummingbird looks like and try to do the color so that it's somewhat true. So that's why I chose the silver ash for the beak and the bottom of the bottom feathers, to just kind of make it a little realistic. So I think this needs a little more pigment paste. It's a little too translucent. Looking at it through the light. I don't want to get resin in there though. So let me just wipe my stick off here. And just do another dip. All right, this is nice and mixed up, much better. So I'm gonna put these in the vacuum chamber and then it'll be time to pour. Okay, so I've got everything vacuum chambered. And I'm gonna go ahead and start pouring. Let's see, what should I pour first? I'm gonna pour the egg basket first. Let's move that out of the way. Spritz with some alcohol. Oh, I see some stuff on the sides there. Okay. So let me go ahead, I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit, there we go. And pour. Perfect. That came out perfect. I think if I scrape, I'm probably gonna overfill it. So I will scrape this into something. Well, is it done? Let me look at it from the side. I could use a little bit more, but I don't want to. Every time I do that and I like scrape into something that I think is not full, then I overfill it and then I make a mess. So I'm just gonna leave it. And because that's a good 20 milliliters there. And what was left in here? I think that took 400 instead of the 330, because there was about 400 in there. Unless, because I measured into a different cup, into different cups, the measurements were a little off. So that could be it too. Okay. Just want to get the alcohol down there. Oh, and the alcohol is probably taking up space too in the basket. I'll give it a second to settle and then I'll scrape the rest of it in there. Okay, so let's do the hen. And let me make sure that I got everything down here. She doesn't have any major grooves. So you just continue to pour, and look at that. Now this one I can see I can scrape. Perfect. I love when things come out at the perfect measurement. I'm so glad I did 600. Okay, that's nice and domed. Just gonna see. Okay. Oh, see, I've got some spilling over. What did I tell you all? I just said that. So let me scoop some out. Just swirling it here. I think that's the alcohol that's coming out. I got excited. I got overly excited. Okay, I think that's good. I'll clean that off once it's cured before I demold. So that's that. I think I'll just, let's see, let's try to dome this one and see if I don't have a disaster. Can you all see? No, because I moved it out of the way. So let me move this one and bring this one back and clean up this little spot here. And that is my dog outside barking at something. If you heard that. Yep, there she goes again. She must see a squirrel or something. One day I'm gonna have to show you all a picture of my dogs or catch them on camera so you can see what they look like. Okay, I think that's good right there. Yep, that's nice and domed. This is enough. Probably for a little teddy bear. Let me get that mold out. Actually, let's do a little stingray in that color. And you can't see it, so let me move this. And spritz, spritz. And let me clean. Clean that up with some tape. I'm gonna have to put you all on a pause so I can get my dogs in too. So, I have no idea what they're barking at. And it's quite late for them to be out there barking. So, be back in 2 seconds. Okay, they're back inside. Now I can scrape this. And she started chewing on her toy. Good gracious. Hopefully it's not too loud in the background. I don't think it is. I forgot to spray this with alcohol. Come on. This looks like honey. Just want to fill in that tail there. That's enough. Just enough. See if I can scrape some more in there. Whoops. Just gotta scrape it in the mold, not on the table. All right. Oh, and I got these new little lighters to pop bubbles. Where are they? Let's see. Since I forgot to spray this with alcohol. Ooh, that works really well. Okay. That works better than the bigger one. Scrape this in there. There we go. All right. Clean that off. Now spray that with alcohol. And clean over here. Okay, that's done. And now the hummingbird. So I'm not going to spray this with alcohol for obvious reasons. Because of the mica powder. Perfect. Oh no. Oh no. Man, I did not want that to happen. Okay. I see I got too happy with it. I think I'm just going to place this under here. Okay, there we go. That's just to keep it from leaking. Let me get some, grabbing another napkin just to clean my hands because they are sticky. And I have quite a bit of black left over. So what should I pour? Let's see. I could probably do, you know what, I'll do another one of these creatures here since I've already got the mold out. But before I do that, I want to pop bubbles. I really like this lighter. Okay, let's pop them, and then I'll just give it a spritz. All right. Oh, wait, I have the extra black, so let's trade place. Oh no, I can't move that. All right, let's see. I'm gonna pour, I'll do the turtle, the sea turtle. Just get some of that lint out of there. All right. So let's grab this, scrape. Oh, I forgot to spray with alcohol. There we go. And I don't think that's going to be enough. But that's okay. I can always put it in another piece if it's too thin to be a magnet. There we go. Trying to see if I've got some empty spaces there. Can probably scrape another little bit out. Maybe I do have enough. All right, I think that is good. Okay. All right, that is everything. So I'm gonna let it cure. Let's see. I think I'll let it cure overnight just because it is nighttime. And then in the morning, I'll put it on the heat mat to let it finish curing, and then we'll demold after that. So I'll see you all at demold. it's time to demold. So let's start with the little stuff, with the stingray. Cute. Just a tiny little bubble on the tail, but no big deal. These go in my giveaway bin. I'll just slap a magnet on it. Oh, the turtle came out nice, despite the fact that it was so thick and so, yeah, it came out really nice. Came out really cute. Okay, next let's do the hen. I don't see any bubbles, which is good. That is cute. Now, this looks more like a, do hens have the little thingy here? I don't know. Maybe it's a rooster. Who knows? Okay, but that's cute. And I only have to trim just a little bit. Maybe I'll trim right now with my scissors, since it's still gonna be a little soft. Now I'm gonna have to file it down or use my deburring tool. Okay, so that's that. And then let's do the hummingbird. Oh, I'm so nervous about this one because when I did the horse, it looked really pretty and I got a lot of bubbles. I covered them up with rhinestones though, but I kind of don't want to put rhinestones on this. Let's see. Oh, that looks beautiful. And I don't have any, bubbles, you guys. That looks awesome. I don't have to do anything to cover anything up. I like it just the way it is. I think I'm just gonna put a little hook in the back, or the little hooks. It's not a hook. It's little, like, I'll just call it a hook, but it's not a hook. But anyway, yeah, no micro bubbles to cover. This is awesome. I know what I did wrong with the horse. I didn't blow the excess. I didn't tap the excess out of the horse. And if you're wondering, if you haven't watched that episode with the horse, I'll have to look up what episode it was and I'll put it on the screen right now for you. And you'll see that it came out beautiful with two things. Is one of the micro powders turned kind of purple and it was pink. And I had a lot of micro bubbles, so I had to use some stones to cover it up. But yeah, this looks really cute. This came out really nice. I love it. Okay. Now for the egg basket. That came out really nice. No bubbles, y'all. That came out super nice. Let's see, what's that? Oh, I got something in the mold. Maybe a little bit of mica powder when I was painting the hummingbird. but not a big deal. Just have to trim the edge a little bit, but again, nothing major. And I think I will highlight some of the basket, and maybe, I don't know, I wonder if I can add like a little handle. This one I'm definitely going to put a little LED light if it fits, because I think that will look cute. Okay, so let me gather some of my acrylic markers so I can give some life to this, of course. The paper says hen, but again, I feel like this is more like a rooster, but anyway, so let me get some markers together and then think about what I'm gonna do, if I want to do a handle on this of any sort, and then I'll be right back. all finished. So the main thing that I worked on today was the hen, and I looked it up, and hens do have this little, I don't know what that's called, but they have that little thingy down there under their beaks. So I thought this was a rooster, but nope, it is a hen. And I was going to put an LED light in here, but the light is too big. So I decided to put a little succulent there with some rocks, paint the little face. I was trying to highlight the feathers, but I just didn't, I'm not a painter. And so if it's not like straightforward, like, you know, just coloring the face and whatnot, I have some issues with it. So I didn't like how the highlighting was coming out. So I just ended up taking off the paint and just leaving the face, putting the succulents there. So that's finished. Sanded the bottom so it's not sharp. On these little guys, I just put a little magnet on the back. I was going to paint them, but I don't know. I just didn't really feel like it today. And, you know, sometimes people just like plain. So I just left these plain to put in my giveaway bin. I added, oh my gosh, what is this? It's a little bug. That's funny. I added a little hanger piece to the hummingbird so it could be hung. And I put it right here in the, right behind the neck so that it could hang kind of like at an angle. So did that, sanded the edges, and then sanded the edge of this. I was gonna also highlight the basket, but again, I just don't like, I don't know, I think my hand is just too heavy for like doing those fine details. So I think next time I'll probably brush the molds with some mica powder just to highlight it. But I'm gonna leave these as is. I'm sending this to my stepmother anyway, so for her birthday. She is in love with chickens and hens, and she's in love, she has chickens and roosters, or hens and roosters decorating her kitchen. So I figured this would be a nice little gesture for her. This will go on eBay, and then these are going in my giveaway bin. So that wraps up today's video. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Thank you again to all my subscribers, and those of you who haven't subscribed, thank you for stopping by and watching, because I appreciate you too. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all on Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Bye.